All right, so as everyone knows, I'm from Chicago. I'm a huge Bulls fan. Been a Bulls fan my entire life. And Jabari Parker was just introduced to the Chicago media and Bulls fans everywhere. He was asked by John Greenberg, a veteran media man and reporter in Chicago, what are your thoughts on Derrick Rose and how he was treated and his rise and fall? And here was the exact Q&A between reporter and star player who just signed for 2 years, $40 million.
But as a Bulls fan, what did you think of kind of the rise and fall, like what happened with Derrick and seeing how high he went and then kind of how low things got? How did you look at it from afar?
I mean, Derrick had no lows. He didn't, because he still maintained. And, Derrick is a legend, no matter what. Like, I don't like how you explain that.
I meant like just how the injuries and stuff.
No rise and falls. Injuries is a part of life. Everybody has an injury. It's either athletics or normal life. But Derrick is, he's one of the best players to ever play the game and one of the best icons in Chicago. So he accomplished his duty already.
Now, whether people want to say that it was a disrespectful question or a disrespectful answer, I say neither to both. And it's no surprise that a guy like Jabari Parker is sticking up for Derrick Rose, and here's why. Derrick Rose won Mr. Basketball of Illinois. Jabari Parker won Mr. Basketball of Illinois. Derrick Rose won 2 state titles, one of which, by the way, he won at the buzzer.
Robert Smith had coached in a state championship ball game. The Wolverines needed a bucket. Who did they go to? Junior Derrick Rose.
Back-to-back state titles for Derrick Rose at Simeon High School. 2 years later, Jabari Parker, Simeon High School student, 4 state titles in 4 years. So there is zero surprise whatsoever that Jabari Parker is going to have Derrick Rose's back. And as one former coach said, Jabari respects Derrick to the utmost. Once you put the Simeon jersey on your family, injuries are part of life. How soon we forget Rose was the NBA Rookie of the Year and youngest to ever be MVP. All the memories we had in this building, he's one of the best players to ever come out of Simeon and the city of Chicago. So we're all going to respect what he has going on. By the way, they were both McDonald's All-Americans. They both played at D1 schools. Jabari Parker going to Duke for 1 season and Derrick Rose going to Memphis for 1 season. So when I look at this, okay, and again, being from not exactly the same area, but understanding what goes on in Chicago, it's a tight-knit group. Every Chicagoan is going to stand up for one another unless there's some sort of stupid friction between player and player or player and coach. Derrick Rose is a legend. The 4 knee surgeries that he's had and the knee problems that he had, it sucks. Because just like when they signed Dwayne Wade, when they had Derrick Rose, now that they have Jabari Parker, what Chicago wants is someone to represent the city to the degree that Derrick did when he won MVP, got them to the playoffs, nearly upset the number 1 seed Boston Celtics many years back when they went to 7 games. Chicago prides itself on having representatives from its city playing professionally, especially for our own hometown team, because it's like, look at what this city has made. Look at the pride that we have in having a representative of our own city wearing our professional team's jersey or sweater if it's hockey or kit if it's soccer. That is the pride that Chicago has and is simply thirsty for having once again. Now, whether Jabari is going to say, oh, well, I get paid to score or defense, I don't care about any of that right now. The baby Bulls, who if Wendell Carter starts, the average age is about 23 or less, years old, of course. All that we want to see is Jabari succeed. That's what we want. Yeah, the Bulls are not going to win the NBA Finals. They're going to make the playoffs if this roster does stay healthy. But what we want to see is our own hometown heroes be represented by our hometown professional teams, and that's what we have. Derrick Rose was a legend, is maybe still a legend for what he did, and unfortunately the injuries debilitated his entire success. It was not a disrespectful question. It was not a disrespectful answer. It's just 2 brothers sticking up for one another.